Good evening, and welcome to the Self Checkout Show. I am your host, Pastor Will, and I am glad to be with you on another Monday night, Monday, September 25th. This is the last Monday night of September, and this year is getting out of here. We are already, guys, we are already in the last week of the ninth month of the year. It seems like this year just started, but we are already next week. What? Sunday, this coming Sunday. We will be in a brand new month. We will be in a 10th month. Hey, Darnett, how are you tonight? Thank you for tuning in. We will be in the month of October this Sunday, October 1st. Wow, this year has flown by. This year is getting out of here, and we have had a wonderful year. We've had a happy year, a year full of celebration. We've been celebrating everything, everywhere, everybody, and we are not planning on slowing down now. We're going to keep it up. We're going to keep going. So we're glad to have you guys with us tonight. If you're watching by Facebook, hey, Sister Stella, my girl, how are you? If you're watching by Facebook, by Twitter, by YouTube Live. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to our podcast listeners on Spotify. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us on Spotify. We appreciate all of you. So we are here tonight. We are praying for our super producer, Miss Charlotte. She is not feeling well tonight, and we certainly hope that she gets better so she can get back here with us. We miss her when she is not here. Coach Crystal is out tonight, so we hope that all is well with her. And Dr. Nancy should be in just a few moments. But until then, I want to take this opportunity to say to you guys, if this is not what we're talking about tonight, but I just want to share a little something with you. All of you all that go to church week after week, Sunday after Sunday, I want to just really say, before we have fun and talk about everything that we're going to talk about tonight, I want to say to you, whatever you get, if it's, whatever victory it is, whatever deliverance, breakthrough, healing, whatever you get on Sunday, do all you can during the week to maintain what you got on Sunday. Hey, my sister is here, Antoinette. Good to have you. Of course, whatever you get on Sunday, do the best you can. Pray, fast, read, sing, listen to music, something to hold on to what you got. Because, listen, when we have these high times, as they used to call them, high times in church, where we get blessed and stuff like that, you have to know that the Bible says that after seed is sown, immediately Satan came to pluck up that which was planted in you. So we have to be careful and make sure that we guard our hearts, make sure that we guard our spirits against the work of the enemy, because, man, he don't want you to have that joy. He don't want you to be happy. He don't want you to walk in victory. He don't want you to live a successful, abundant life. So as soon as you get blessed, here he comes, right? Trying to dig up some mess or throw something in your path to make you lose so that you can choke up that seed that was planted in you. But we're not allowing that. We are going to maintain our victory. We're going to maintain our joy. All right? So, guys, just quickly tonight, what's going on? I want to know what's going on with you all. I'm going to tell you what's going on with me. What's for dinner? What y'all doing? How was your day? My day was a Monday. My day was a Monday. It was a pretty rough day for me at work today. I thought I would never get out of there today. I thought I would never get out of there. You ever work 8 hours and it seemed like you worked a double? That's what it was for me today. It was that for me today. It felt like I would never get out of that place. But nevertheless, I made it out. Then I had to fight traffic. Oh, you had some oatmeal. Okay, all right. That's an insider between me and my sister. Yeah, I had to fight a lot of traffic to get home. Usually takes me about an hour to get in. It took me about an hour 20 today. Man, coming from Elgin, I work in Elgin, Illinois, driving all the way from there to here where I live in Willowbrook. It took me about an hour 20 today. There was a bad accident. And this was just one of them days, y'all, where I just wanted to be at home. I didn't want to be nowhere else. I didn't want to be at dinner. I didn't want to be at church. I didn't want to be nowhere but at my house. So that's what's going on with me today. What's going on with you all? What are you doing? What are you eating? Oh, man. I said when we came on, we're in the last month, the last week of the month, the last week of September. October is right around the corner. And the next thing you know, we'll be saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. 2024 is right upon us. So we have to get ready and make our plans and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm happy to announce today that, well, we just found out, I believe it was yesterday, since we're talking about what's going on, my boy Usher is performing the Super Bowl halftime show. Yes, yes, yes. And that is great news. This is one I've been waiting on. I've been waiting on somebody like him because, let me tell you, I had the opportunity to see Usher live in Las Vegas. I believe that was 2021, I think it was. Was we in 23? Yeah, maybe it was 21. Nevertheless, I had the chance to see him live. And this dude puts on such a great show. He is in his 40s, I think mid 40s. And he still got it like he had it in his 20s. So I'm excited that Usher is going to be performing the halftime show. Hey, Kimmy, how are you? I'm glad to hear that he has some big shoes to fill, of course. I totally forgot what year it was, but I think it was 21. I think. He has some big shoes to fill because he mentioned, in his interview this morning, he mentioned people that just did it right, like Prince. I don't know if you all remember when Prince was alive, when he performed the halftime show, one of the most spectacular halftime shows ever in Super Bowl history. Beyonce did an amazing job. I actually enjoyed the hip hop one they did with Mary J. Blige and Snoop and whoever else was on. I believe that was last year. I enjoyed that one. So I'm excited about seeing Usher perform at the halftime show. When I found that, I said, I got to go back and watch some of the videos I took of him when we were at Caesar's Palace in Vegas. So congrats to Usher. Job well done. Looking forward to that come February 11th of 2024. Now, what else is going on? Well, Tyler Perry has made headlines lately, and this is not about one of his movies or one of his plays or one of his shows. Well, now Tyler Perry has kind of rubbed some black women the wrong way because of some comments that he made in a recent interview. Now, if you follow this show, you know that maybe a month and a half ago or so, we were on and we talked about Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade splitting the bills in their house 50-50. And everybody was in an uproar like, oh, man, he worth $300 million. Why you got to split with him? All that kind of stuff, right? Now, Tyler Perry has since made some remarks about this bill splitting thing, not necessarily about the two of them, but they are the first people that came in my mind when I heard his comments. Listen to what he says. He says a lot of women, especially Black women in our society right now, he said Black women are making a lot more money for the most part than Black men. I think that is pretty accurate so far. He says, I think this is where they got a little upset. He says, if you can find love, if that man works at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors you, honors the house, honors his wife, and does what he can, that's okay. That's not somebody that's beneath you. That's somebody who came to love you at your worth. Now he continues and says, as long as he's secure in himself to know that, and I quote, yeah, she makes most of the money. All I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, that is fine. And that's where the women went off on Tyler Perry and said, no, you need to shut up and mind your business. Oh, boy. So I want to know how you all feel about it. Some social media users argue that if a man can only afford to pay a bill here and there, maybe he's not ready to be in a serious relationship or start a family. Some also argue that instead of telling women to lower their standards, Tyler should encourage men to rise to the occasion. So there. Okay, question. The question is Tyler married or living with someone? Would he do it? Good questions. To my knowledge, Tyler Perry is single. He was dating a young lady that went downhill several years ago. I know he has a son. They have a son together, but I do not think he is single. I don't think he is with anybody at the moment. Now, the problem that these women were having is saying that, it's not okay for the woman is saying it's not okay for me to make $70,000, $80,000 a year or more, whatever the case may be, and he only making 35, 40, and he can't pay much but a bill here and there. That ain't gonna work for a lot of Black women. Hey, Dr. Washington, thank you for being on. I understand. Thank you. So Tyler is being told by a lot of Black women to mind his business. And they're saying that they are not going to lower their standards to say that they love someone or to say that I'm with somebody. And, I'm an equal opportunity type of guy. But this time I have to side with the women, because why, if some of y'all on here, help me out, talk to me tonight. Why should a woman, if a woman has reasonable standards, I won't say that, reasonable, if she has reasonable standards and said a man's got to meet this criteria, why should she have to lower her standards instead of making him raise his? Good question, right? I think that's a fair question. I don't think there should be any lowering of woman's standards, because, see, we got this whole, and this has messed up a lot of people. Hey, Lauren, how are you? How are you? Tell James and the babies I said, hey, this whole what you bringing to the table thing that messed up a lot of folks. Because, and I'm saying this, you absolutely should have standards. But number one, like I said a minute ago, they need to be reasonable. Hey, y'all. That's what I'm saying, Dr. Kermita. Don't ever lower your standards. If necessary, raise them higher. Now, if you are not going to raise yours, don't lower yours either. Have the other person, in this case, we're talking about having the man raise his standards. Huh? Don't you don't go down to where he is. Have him come up. And I'm going somewhere with this. There's a reason why I wanted to talk about this tonight. Okay, why do women always have to? Well, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about tonight. And that's what I'm saying. This is exactly what I mean. Women should not have to lower their standards to be with somebody or to have somebody or to say that they have somebody. Would a man do the same? Well, it depends. It depends on the man that you're asking. It depends on the man that you're asking. That's a good question. I need to pose that. I would love to have a panel of people to talk about this because I think that is an excellent question. It appears that many Americans would prefer to have the woman lower her standards to meet the man where he is. But would a man be willing to lower his to do the same? Excellent question. Apostle Scott Preston is on. He says, we cannot allow money to be a motivation or deterrent for money. I've been married 28 years to the same woman. It's been times when I've made more, and it's been times when she made more. It never mattered because we are partners. Just looking at celebrity marriages, they have money, but most can't stay married because money, no matter how much you have or don't have, does not equal a successful marriage. Now, I'm with you when you're right. You hit the nail on the head with that one. And he goes on to say, no shame. My wife makes more now, and I'm still the head. She still has respect and honor for me. That's amazing. I think that's amazing. But the truth of the matter is, every family dynamic is not like that. And you are absolutely right, especially in celebrity relationships and celebrity marriages. Hey, Risha said, I don't think a man would due to the ratio of women to men. Okay, I get that. They don't think they should. I get that. Hey, mama, how you doing? Due to the ratio of women to men, you don't think a man would be willing to lower his standards. Oh boy, y'all gonna have me put in some work because now I gotta get some men and women together on this show. We got to talk about this because these women, it was mostly women speaking here that were pretty ticked off with Tyler because he suggested that a woman, if you're just coming in, Tyler Perry suggested that a woman who is making a lot of money and she has a guy who's saying, I can pay a bill here or there, but he honors her, he loves her, he cherishes her, he does all this other stuff, but he's not financially contributing to the things of the household. Tyler said that a woman should chill, pump up brakes, lower her standards a little bit. That's a paraphrase. He never said the words lower her standards. That's a paraphrase coming from me, using context clues around what he said, that she should possibly lower her standards if she's getting everything else she needs from this man. And the women, in response to what he said, were not feeling it. All right. Dr. Washington says, it's not all about money. How about education? I agree. I totally agree with that. And in many cases, a lot of our Black women are highly educated and they bringing in that money, okay? Not to say that the men are not, but women are doing it for themselves nowadays. Hey, Nita, thank you for joining us tonight. Women are doing it for themselves. Women are doing it for themselves. And a lot of times I like to think, based on interviews that I watch, podcasts that I listen to, shows that I watch, it's a lot of women out there that's making 80, 90, 100,000 plus, and they like, yeah, I'm good on a man right now. I'm good. I'm enjoying my life. I'm making enough money. I'm doing my thing. They cool. And if you have a man that's coming and making half as much as a woman is making, you know, I think in a lot of cases, the women are not really here for that. I don't think so. Some are, but I don't think many are. Narisha said, I've always made more money than my significant other, but they provided more for me than I had to for them. Again, that's amazing. But the truth is, that ain't everybody's story. And we know you make a lot of money, young lady. That ain't everybody's story, though. So I believe in equal partnership. I like it. I like it. I know I'm with Apostle Scott Preston that says Apostle said that there were times where he made a lot more money than his wife, and there were times when she made a lot more than him. But they're partnership and they work it out together. So I think that going in a relationship, before it gets too serious, y'all might want to have that conversation. Have the conversation. I mean, let's talk about money. Okay. Antoinette says, but is this a relationship that's just starting? Have they been married for a minute and have something? Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. Before it even gets to a serious relationship, y'all need to have the conversation. Talk about money. It's not a bad word. It's not a bad thing. This is something that's going to be needed every single day. Every day, you're going to need your money. You're going to need money. You're going to need money, 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 money. For better or for worse, is what the marriage vow says. But before you even jump the broom, before you get married, you got to talk about money. That's a discussion that needs to be had. And I'm gonna ask you. You know what? I'm gonna put this on the screen because you women are talking to me tonight. I'm gonna put this on the screen. I want you to answer this. I want you to answer this question right here. Because while we're talking about it, I just said you need to have the conversation. You need to have that conversation. All right. If we've been married, Antoinette says, for a minute and how finances changed, of course, I'm holding us down. But to knock on my door with nothing, you should get everything. No. No, absolutely. No. This is what I'm talking about, especially our beautiful Black women. Brothers, if you listening, you can't come to her with nothing. You can't come to her with nothing, and she already established. No, you can't do that. Absolutely. Discussing finances is a must. Yes. You cannot come to a Black woman who is already established with nothing except some halfway good looks. That ain't gonna work, bro. That ain't gonna work. Hey, Tabby, tonight we are talking about, I have let the people in on some comments that Tyler Perry made about splitting bills in the house and who brings in what. And the quick version is Tyler Perry says that if a man can only contribute to a bill here or there, but he loves you, he honors you, he worships the ground you walk on, that you should kind of just be okay with it. And other Black women were not having it. That's what we're talking about tonight. And I want to know, because Antoinette says something. She says that If you knock on her door with nothing, you trying to get everything, it ain't going to work. But let me ask you this. What if this man has potential? Do you date or marry potential? That's a good question. Dr. Carmita says that should be mentioned in premarital counseling. I agree. It should be mentioned then. It should be mentioned before y'all even get there, before a proposal happen. We need to talk about some money. But do you date or marry potential? He or she, you believe they really have the potential to be something great or to be somebody amazing. Do you date that? Do you date for potential? All right, let's see what Kimmy says. Kimmy says, I don't think women should have to lower their standard. We work hard to obtain the things we got. If anything, come up to where I am. See, that's what I'm saying. I told y'all, don't listen. Tyler's my boy. Love him dearly, but don't listen to him. Do not come down. And this is about the third time I've said that. Ladies, if your standards are reasonable, don't come down. Let him come up. All right? So Tabby says, if this man is that upstanding, finances will come. But the discussions and the plans to get there need to take place. Without a doubt. Antoinette says Tyler needs to rethink in real time, not rich folks' time. He wouldn't do it. Can you imagine me walking in and telling him, here, babe, I worked some OT at this, at this $347.68 to your millions. Come on, it makes sense. I hear y'all tonight. Mama said, I really enjoyed the fact that my husband and I took care of each other. There were no big eyes, little U's. We were equal regardless as to who had the bigger income. And I am a witness to that. Yes, indeed. Lauren says, some will be content with potential, some may not. Action along with your goals complement each other. I like that. Action along with your goals complement each other. I like that. So some would be content with potential and some may not. Now, here is why I asked you this question. I was talking with my co-hosts yesterday about, this was a clip that we saw on Instagram. I don't have it with me tonight, but it led Coach Crystal to ask me if I had ever saw the movie Acrimony with Taraji P. Henson, and I hadn't until yesterday. So when we had this conversation, I said, well, I think I need to watch this movie. And I watched it. How many of you all have seen Acrimony? How many have seen that movie Acrimony? Oh, Tabby says, now this is the thing. It's all or nothing. It's by circumstance. Okay. All right. Got you. Okay. So Tabitha clearly has seen the movie. I watched it for the first time yesterday, people. And again, I'm asking you, do you date or marry potential? And I want to know your answers. Reality, you have a lot of women who publicly say, nope, I'm not doing it. But in private, they are just happy to say that they got a man. These are facts. And I know some just like that. I do. I sure do. Crazy to me, but hey, to each his own, whatever. Yeah, Kimmy, that movie was something else. Now, that's the reason for me asking you this question. Because in this movie, Taraji, if you saw it, started dating this young man, and they eventually got married, and he had this battery idea that he just knew was going to be worth millions one day. Oh, if he could just get to Mr. Prescott. If he could just get to Mr. Prescott, he's going to be worth something one day. And I mean, he worked on that thing. He worked it and worked it and worked it and worked it. And okay, wait, mama says she saw it. Sometimes we need to have faith in our husband. Don't give up on him, because in the end, look what happened. That's what I'm talking about. So do you right now, ladies, are you willing to date potential? Or are you saying he got to have it right now? And either way, there is no wrong answer, because that's you. Those are your boundaries. Those are your standards. But so as long as it took this guy, I think his name was Robert, the husband, right? Okay. All right. Wait a minute. Tabby said, nope, she gave her money too freely. We got to talk strategy. She did. She did. Because when her mother died, she left her, what, a few $100,000, few $100,000. I forgot exactly what the number was, but she had a few $100,000. And every time he needed, she gave. I saw this on Apple TV yesterday. I saw it on Apple TV. She gave. She loved him. She loved her husband. But at the same time, while he was working on, his battery that he felt would be worth millions one day, she was waiting for him. I believe she had faith in him, but she had some sisters that was in her ear. Antoinette says, at this season in my life, I need him to be in a better place in life. Hey, that's all right. If that's your standard, that's your standard. Don't come down off of it, okay? She waited for him, but she had people in her ear. All right? And her sisters who were talking crazy in her ear were miserable in their own relationships. Okay? They were miserable in their own relationships, but trying to tell her, you need to leave him because he's taking all your money and y'all done mortgaged mama house and all this kind of stuff. Antoinette says some of us have to keep folks out of your relationship. That's right. And that's who it is a lot of times. Most of the times it be, hey, as they say nowadays, it be your own people. And it was her own people. It was her sisters that was in her ear because she married a man with potential. And it took so long for his dream to come to pass. But when it did, it was too late because she had listened to other people that were in her ear. Kimmy says, well, it's not that we don't have faith in men, but we need someone who could bring something to the table other than a dream. Hey, again, ladies, I'm with you tonight. I'm on your side. I'm totally on your side. Because see, it's some male gold diggers out there too. Y'all ain't talking to me tonight. Y'all ain't saying nothing. It's some men gold diggers out there looking to see who got what. So they'll know who to talk to. Y'all ain't saying nothing. No. All right, but whatever. But anyway, she listened to her sisters who made her believe that he was cheating on her. And well, the lady did leave her wallet in the car. That didn't look good. But he didn't cheat on her. Not that time. He didn't even cheat on her. Right? Some of them men trying to get they out there, sis. They out there. He didn't even cheat on her. She legitimately dropped her wallet in his car, and now Taraji like, nope, I knew my sisters was right. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. And she left him. She divorced him. All right. Lawrence says, look at the fruit others bear before you consider listening to them all in your business. That's what I'm saying. Had she shut them out of her relationship, she probably would have ended up staying with the man. He cheated on her in the beginning. Yeah, he did. They were kids, though. Not that that's excusable. They were kids. And she ran into that little RV twice and tried to kill him. But yeah, that woman went. She. You know what? I don't think it was necessarily she went crazy waiting on his dream, Kimmy. I don't think that's what it was. I think that while she was waiting, and that pink wallet was found in his truck, I think that's what drove her crazy. And again, her sister's in her ear she asked for a divorce. She got the divorce. And as soon as the divorce was final, bam, the potential. What he had been waiting for so long came through, and it was worth $750 million. So this is why you have to, okay, Tabitha says she didn't use her own mind between listening to him and her sister. She went nuts. She went all the way nuts. All right, she went all the way. When I say over the deep end, yep, she did. But ladies, because I ain't got nothing but ladies on here tonight, this is why if you're single, this is why you gotta pray. You gotta pray. Now that is right. That woman living the life her husband promised her drove her crazy. But see, this is what I'm saying, though. See, if we back up a little bit, had she not had her sisters in her ear, I believe she would have waited for him. I believe she would have stayed with him. Because she may have been tired of waiting, but she still waited. How long? 18 years? They were together? See, this is why you have to learn. And for everybody, it's different. Everybody, it looks different for every person. But you have to learn how to wait. I'm not telling you to wait no 18 years on a joker that just don't seem like he getting himself together. I don't want you to wait 8 months, okay? Let alone 18 years. But you have to pray, man. You got to pray. Y'all getting in these relationships because, okay, wait a minute. Don't be so gaga in love that you don't use discernment and wisdom in your circumstance. That's what I'm talking about. You got to be prayerful because you have to understand something. There are men and women alike who are out there. I want you to know something, especially if you're single. Listen to me. If you're single and on social media, you better know that there are people studying you. There are people that watch the way you dress. They watch the places you check into. Come on. They see who you hang out with. They know that you got a little change. And they'll prey on you. They will. So you gotta use, like Tabby said, you gotta use wisdom and discernment. You have to, because you otherwise you'll be going through one after the other. You know, I'm at the 99-cent taco spot daily. I need to know what this spot is. I like me a 99-cent taco. But Taraji, She had people in her ear, and she got tired of waiting. She got tired of waiting. She got tired of waiting. And I took that and I thought about something, and I want to agree. I agree 100%. That's why we shouldn't post everything. That's for sure. That's for sure. I thought about something, because if I could be quite honest, I'm not the most patient person in the world. I am not a very patient man. I I just don't have it. I don't. I think that I'm a little bit better than I used to be, but I'm still not there yet. Snoop. I'm just gonna tell y'all the doggone truth. I am not patient. I have a problem waiting in the checkout line, okay? If it's taking too long. I don't like it. I don't like waiting in the checkout line. I don't like long red lights when I'm in the car. See, my mama telling on me. It's true. I tell the truth on myself. I am not patient. I like things to move along. Come on, let's go. Let's get this done. Let's go. Let's go. I don't. I'm not patient. But there are some things that we just have to wait on. Greatness takes time. Taraji waited. Remember this. Taraji waited 18 years before she called it quits. And had she held on one more year, that's all she needed. One more year. So on a spiritual note, I want to admonish you to not give up now. This is not the time for you to give up. Because you don't know, after waiting for so long, you could be so doggone close. You could be so close to what you've been looking for, what you've been waiting for. So close. But because you get tired of waiting, you definitely better pray and use discernment. Your life depends on it. You can't get connected to the wrong person. That's for sure. Lauren says, I've seen for myself that anything worth having is worth waiting for. I also know I still have to pack my patience daily. I am the same. No, mother, you are not. I get it from you. I get it from you. But you get, and can we be honest tonight? Can we just be honest? You get tired sometimes of waiting. Oh, the self-checkout show where we take an honest look, right, at what's in our hearts, minds, and spirits. Sometimes you get tired, impatience. That's something that's in me, and I know it is. God help me. You get tired of waiting. You get tired of waiting. And one thing about waiting is, and it was a song I heard Dorinda Clark Cole sing. She said that waiting on God seems so uncomfortable because you really don't know how long you got to wait. Now that's the doggone truth. That exactly. How freaking long is this going to take? How long is this going to take? Are you serious right now? I'm not patient. I am not patient. That's about 4 times I've said that. It's the truth. And sometimes I could ask God for like something simple. It could be simple, yet beyond my reach. And I'm like, okay, God, I need this. I need you to get this for me. And you get tired. You get tired of waiting. So why is waiting on God so hard. Like Taraji waited 18 years and she just got fed up. She got fed up. It's really hard. It's really hard to wait. But these are things. Hey, Denise Dunn, good evening. Glad to see you. This is something that we all have to do. This is something that we all have to do. We have to watch this, not just wait, but we have to know how to wait because it makes a difference. It makes a big difference when you know how to wait. Okay? What I mean by that is while you're waiting on God to give you whatever or to do whatever, you might be waiting on God to heal you. And it seems like it's taking forever. And all you're doing is complaining. That is not how to wait. That's it. Shut your mouth while you're waiting on God. Don't complain, because what you're doing is further delaying what you asked for when all you're doing is complaining after you asked him for it. All right? Because, come on, the old saying, come on, saints, he may not come when you want him, but he's always on time. That's what they used to say. That's what they used to say. But sometimes that on time takes a long time. that on time, he's an on time God. Yes, he is. But it takes so doggone long. But it matters, people. It matters how you wait. It matters how you wait. So don't complain while you're waiting. Don't complain while you're waiting. That bingo. Praise him in advance. That's how you wait. That's one of the ways of how you wait on God, by thanking him in advance before he does whatever you asked him to do. Now, when you get through praising him in advance, don't get to grumbling and complaining because he's still taking a long time. You don't want to do that. All right? Tabby says our posture in the wait is everything. There's something in the waiting process for us too. It is, but it's something in it. There are lessons in it if we know how to wait. Scripture, Isaiah 40, they that wait on the Lord, what? Shall do what? Renew their strength. Good things happen when you wait. Good things can happen for you when you are waiting. Scripture says your strength is renewed if you are waiting and know how to wait, right? The doctor said, and he's not deaf, he heard you. Unfocus on what you're waiting on. Unfocus, because that's important, because we have and listen, it's okay. It is okay to keep it in your mind what you're waiting on. It's fine because God already knows that you're waiting. But I just believe that sometimes God wants to see what our response or reaction is during the waiting process. I believe that. Tabitha says God always has a reason for making us wait. It's some form of preparation happening to set us up for the thing we're waiting for. And you know why that is? Because a lot of times, y'all go with me on this, A lot of times, if we ask for it and he gives it to us immediately, we ain't gonna know how to act. We ain't gonna know how to act. We ain't gonna know how to act. You're made to be appreciative and humble after waiting. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is the truth. That is the truth. So there is a way to wait. There is a right way. There is a wrong way. I'm going to finish up, but lest I forget, I got carried away. Lest I forget, starting next Monday, I want you all to remember that next week, don't go nowhere because we're not done. I still got about 10 more minutes. Next Monday, the month of October, we will not be doing the self-checkout show. We will not be back until after tonight. The self-checkout show will not be back until November 6th. The entire month of October, we are doing master classes with some of the best. Bishop Jeff Davis, Pastor Anthony Spencer, Apostle R.J. Williams, Bishop Al Reese, and Prophetess Paula Dickens will be teaching master classes for Willie Taylor Ministries. This is for everybody, everybody. Okay? If you are not able to attend, we want you to know that the classes are going to be recorded. We can send them to you. We just need you to register. I'm called Now What? .eventbrite.com. Register. I've been posting it all over the place. In one individual class is $25. We want you to come to at least 1-2 classes. If you can't, register for somebody else. All right. Now, back to what we were talking about. I did not want to forget that. And we also want you to, if you cannot make it, and thank you, Dr. Carmita, for your donation. If you cannot make it or just don't want to, won't you just send a $25 gift? The Shep is here. Elder Kenyatta Shepherd, thank you so much. We aren't ready if we have to wait. Absolutely, we're not ready. This is why we have to wait, because at the time that we ask, depending upon what we're asking for, we are not ready to receive. We're not ready. And God's not, especially financial. God's not going to trust you or bless you with $1 million and he can't trust you with 1,000. You're not ready to receive $1 million yet. You're not ready. So we have to train ourselves, teach ourselves, calm our spirits, and do what we have to do. But there are some things I want you to know and hear me tonight. There are some things that God really, really longs to give you. But the way you're acting while you're waiting, God's like, nope, not yet. Not yet. Your character's not right yet. Your character isn't right yet. You still grumbling and complaining. You still full of doubt. So he cannot give you anything yet. What are you doing while you wait? There's a lot of things you could be doing. You could worship while you wait. You could praise while you wait. You could do a whole lot of other things. As Lauren said earlier, praise him in advance while you're waiting. Oh, yeah, he does. He longs to give us the desires of our heart. But are we ready? Are we ready to receive? He may not give it to you the way you think. And that's another thing. That's another thing. You know what, Dr. Carmita? We think we got God figured out. We think we got this down to a science. No. There's so many other avenues that God could take. And we're so used to him coming a certain way. We're used to him coming down a certain street. And when he don't come down that street no more, you think you'd have missed him. You ain't missed him. You just got to wait a little longer. You got to wait a little longer. They that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings with eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. That's what happens when you wait. It's one of my favorite songs. There are benefits to waiting. So don't be like me. Don't be like me. I'm so impatient. Don't be like me. But I've learned and still learning how to wait on God. That's important, people. How you wait is very, very vital and key to unlocking the thing that you're waiting for. First of all, God's timing is perfect. His timing is always perfect. So whenever he gives it to you, it's right on time. But we have to handle ourselves. Okay? We have to handle ourselves while we are in the waiting process. Where is your faith? Where is your faith? Okay? So I wanted to get that over to you tonight because I'm always watching something and I'm always looking at something, and me being the person that I am, I can pick up some great spiritual nuggets and revelation from the strangest things. And I got that from watching that movie yesterday. Man, if she had just waited a little while longer, she gave up too soon. And the thing she was waiting for was right around the corner. Look at this. I prayed about something Lauren says in 2019, and it came to pass in 2022. Sometimes you think things are forgotten, and it's not, because God doesn't forget. He doesn't forget. We'll forget. We'll forget. Well, you just said that. I forgot all about it. I prayed for that. And here God come 3 years later giving it to you. That's why it's important not to give up. That's why it's important to keep the faith. It's important to hold on to the promises of God. It's very, very important to hold on to his promises because his promise is sure. Okay? God's promise is sure. And I do not care how long you have to wait. If it's really God, if God made you a promise, I bet you it's coming to pass. You know why I know? Because he can't lie. He cannot lie. So it's got to come to pass, right? So before you give up, think back to how long you've waited. You've come too far now. You can come too far. What you going to give up for now? Good evening, Brother Ken. Why are you going to give up now when you've been waiting all this time? You might as well finish waiting. Because one thing you do know is that it's going to come to pass. But you also have to know that it may require a little bit longer than you would like. All right. Dr. Kamita says she writes things down and forget about it. But see, that's one of the beautiful things about God. When man, we will forget, but God doesn't forget. He don't forget nothing. He's God. He's sovereign. He doesn't forget anything. So let's keep all of that in our minds as we go through the rest of this year. And the end of the year is coming, a few months, 3 months. Let me say this, and I say it almost every year in December. I'm going to say it early this year. Don't put God on your timeline. Well, Lord, I need you to do this by December 31st. And it don't happen by December 31st, and now you're depressed. Because you think God failed you. God has not failed you. You put him on your timeline. God don't move like that. God never operated like that. No. When we say, God, I need by this day, or I want this to happen by such a time, understand that God is not obligated to do that. No. His thoughts are not our thoughts. His ways are not our ways. He's not obligated to move because you have a timeline. Nope. That's not how that works. When he comes, he's coming right, and he's coming on time, every time, all the time. So don't get upset with God and get ready to leave God and leave the church because it didn't happen before 2023 went out. One day to God is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day. Right? Yeah, you'll get something better than what you asked for if you know how to wait. And hush your mouth and stop all that complaining. We got to stop complaining so much. That's right. If you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Absolutely. Absolutely. God doesn't, he's not obligated to move when we say move. Huh? He moves when he wants to move because he's sovereign. He knows what's best. God knows what's best for you. And this is important for us to remember as we are waiting. Now, I want to say this to my friends. You all are here, my friends watching me tonight. I want to say this, and I'm going to be honest with you. Dr. Kermita Washington, out of 300 and something viewers I get weekly, Dr. Kermita Washington was the only person to donate to the master classes that start next week. We need to change that. Come on. If you love me, you love this show, you love this ministry, will you join her? Join Dr. Kermita in sowing a $25 gift. This is going towards, we didn't do a conference this year. I didn't want to do a conference this year. I wanted to do something that would really, really help people. Not that a conference doesn't, but I prefer to do something like what we're doing next month to pour into people. And I need your help. No, you don't hesitate, Doctor, and we appreciate that. I need your help. If each of you tonight will sow a $25 gift into this ministry, that would greatly, greatly help us. Or if you've got it and you want to sponsor someone for all 5 classes, that is a $100 gift. You can do that. And I will select someone to enter into the classes. They will not be live on Facebook. They won't be live anywhere. These are master classes with excellent teachers. Amen. And we need your help. We need your help. So please, please, please sow a $25 seed into this ministry. $25. That's all we're asking. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's an appetizer at a lot of restaurants that we go to. Sow a $25 gift. The classes begin next week, next Monday night. Next Monday night. We have Zelle, we have Cash App, we have PayPal, we have Apple Pay. We got all of that stuff. So we want you, please, to sow a seed, $25 tonight. Do it tonight, people. Do it tonight. Do it tonight. Or text me, inbox me. Say, Pastor, I don't have it tonight, but I'll have it Friday, and I'll send it to you Friday. Help me help the people. We need your help. So, guys, that's it. I'm done for tonight. I enjoyed talking to you all as always. Fortunately, but unfortunately, the self-checkout show will not be back on until Monday, November 6th. You will not see us at all next month because we will be in our master classes. The iron sharpens iron. That's what we're doing. We're sharpening our swords, and we want as many of you all that can to be a part of it. If you cannot sponsor someone or just sow a gift of $25 or more, and we greatly appreciate it. All right. We love you. We love you. We love you. On behalf of Dr. Nancy and Coach Crystal. I am Pastor Will. This is the Self-Checkout Show, where we take an honest look at what's in our hearts, minds, and spirits. Hopefully, I will see you all in the month of October in the master classes. I love you, and don't forget to learn how to wait on God. It's important. He'll renew your strength. That's what happens when you wait. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night, everyone.